I'm Russ. This is Autumn. We're going to talk today as part of our comprehensive preparedness plan. We use 72-hour kits. And a 72-hour kit is simply something that's handy to easily grab on your way out in the event of an emergency. So in previous videos, I've discussed some of our preparedness, and I think we're about as prepared for bad things as you get, regardless of what's on the horizon, whether it's forfeiture of our reserve status for U.S. currency, our global reserve status, EMP. There's a lot of things that you could argue are going to happen. I think Johan Rockström's TED Talk demonstrates that in the next 5 years you're going to have massive changes, as he put it, non-linear changes. And I don't think we fully comprehended the kind of changes that sustainable movements are going to be pushing forward to minimize greenhouse gas emissions. So I've discussed in the past our food storage. We have here minimum 1 year supply for my whole family, each of us. We have weapons storage. We have secreted food. We have two different bug out locations, one to the west, one to the east, fully off-grid, fully solar power, access to water, that kind of thing. So I wanted to talk about something not shorter term in terms of survival related matters. And so one thing here to keep in mind in your bug out bag, things you need to be able to start a fire. And convenience for initiating combustion right away is very handy when you have some wood chips mixed with wax. So we have that available. So this bug out bag, we have a bug out bag for each member of our family, and they're staged right next to the water bottles. And the water bottles, we have a case of those. We recycle through those to make sure they're fresh. But it's really easy to pick one up and get going right away in an emergency situation. Calories, something tasty, something easy. Keep in mind, we're not going for health food here. What you're targeting is something that's sustainable and nourishing for 3 days. 3 days is kind of the bedrock to be able to get your feet back on the ground, get yourself stabilized, and be able to move into a more permanent location. So animal crackers are very convenient. Another thing that's really important to comprehend is first aid kit. We don't need anything real comprehensive, but it's really easy in an emergency situation to have fairly serious injuries that can be handled with a minor first aid kit. Some antibacterial ointment with some large bandage wraps, things like that, can be easily stowed in a 3-day kit, a 72-hour kit, and packaged, as Autumn here is showing, in something fairly mobile. And they're fairly inexpensive. You're talking $5. It's not a big hit. The other thing to keep in mind is sugar. Candy may not be something too sustainable for our diet, but definitely an absolute treat when it comes time to a serious situation. And then lastly is just the generic mix in a potpourri bag. Now, one thing to keep in mind, you need dry matches. So in here we have matches that are stowed in the plastic bag inside the bug out bag, maintain some dryness. The other thing we have in there, in addition to the water bottles that we're going to grab, you have some fruit juices. You have a variety of snacks, very convenient. I think there's some Kipper snacks in there for some protein sources, a few other varieties. So this is very inexpensive to do, and also it's very easy to stow. So in our case, in our pantry, one of our food storage pantries adjacent to our bathroom, or our kitchen, we just stow them right underneath one of our food storage tables. Don't even know they're there. So we talk about it, but the reality is it doesn't require a lot of space. And I think if you look at some of the disasters, Helene being an example, recent example, clearly it had some forewarning, but dam breaches, earthquakes, even an EMP if you're in the city, those are the kind of scenarios that a 72-hour kit would be very handy to escape from. So it's just something worthwhile. We pay thousands of dollars in annual insurance fees. Well, if you spend $100 in a couple of bug out bags, they last for a decade, and it's just very inexpensive insurance. In any event, that's the story behind bug out bags. That's how you manage them. Autumn, do you want to share anything before we depart? We leave. Do you think bug out bags and preparedness are a cool feature to have in any family?
Yep.
Good. Well, she's Chatty Cathy here. So, hey, good luck to you. You have a good one. Bye.